everybody, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited today to be doing another full face trying new products, and today I actually have quite a few new Charlotte Tilbury products. I think I have 3 or 4 products that I'm going to be trying out today, and then I have a couple of other new things that I've been collecting. One thing I got today, some other things I've been trying out for the past couple of days, but I'm so excited to be kind of putting everything together and trying them all out in a video for you guys. So I guess we will kind of get into it. I think first thing what I'm going to do is just start with a super moisturizing primer. I'm just going in with my Touch in Sol Glassy Skin Balm. If you've been watching my channel, this is a long time favorite. You can see how much I've used of this. This isn't a new product, but I just wanted to use this as a base just to make sure that my skin isn't going to be super dry and dehydrated. So then here is where my regular routine kind of is getting switched up a little bit. Instead of going in with a foundation or just using concealer everywhere, I'm going to be going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in the shade 02 Fair. So this one, what I actually like to do is just put it on kind of like this. I just have the mini one, and I'll just put that all over. And instead of using a brush or anything, I'll just use my hands and go ahead and rub this in. I find that this is the easiest way and the best way to apply it, and I love this because it gives your skin such a pretty glow, as you can see, but it also offers a little bit of coverage over any kind of blemishes that you have. I'm still going to go in with a little bit of concealer, but it just is a really nice and quick way to have your skin looking from nothing to looking so glowy and a little bit more even overall. I know a lot of people say that this and Auric from Sam Ravindal's brand are very similar. I haven't tried the one from Auric because that one is super expensive and I just wanted to try out the mini one first. But I would be interested in trying it out if it's similar to this Charlotte Tilbury one, because I really like the formula of this and I think that the overall color is really, really nice. And then the next product I have is going to be the under eye corrector, also from Charlotte Tilbury, and I have this in the shade number 1 Fair. And you can see it's kind of a peachy sort of color, but I've been seeing a bunch of people using this and saying that they love it. So again, same thing, I'm just going to take some, warm it up on my finger, and pat that on my under eye. Then I'm also going to take a little bit of this and bring it onto my eyelid. And then same thing on my other eye. And this is such a very nice, lightweight, not cakey formula, and I find that it is just the perfect no makeup look, and then it just completely eliminates any discoloration that you have under your eye. And it's also really nice to use as a spot concealer as well, which you'll see I'm just gonna tap over a couple of little blemishes that I have right here on my cheek, and there you go, those are gone. So I'm so obsessed with this. I think it's really, really nice, and I want to plan on hitting pan on this and actually using it up, because I think that would be kind of satisfying since it's a cream product and in this little pot. But yeah, I think that this is gonna be my new current favorite for concealer. And then this one isn't a new product, but I just have the mini size of the Hourglass, I think it's the Vanish Loose Setting Powder. This is one of my all-time favorite setting powders, this one and the Beauty Bakery one. And then lately I've been using the Too Faced Peach Perfect one, but that one has a little bit more of a tint to it, so I find that it kind of darkens my under eye a little bit. So if I'm going for a more natural makeup look where I'm not having crazy coverage or anything like that, I like to go for a true translucent, so that's why I'm going in with the Hourglass one. So just tapping out any creases, then I'm going to set. Just using my big fluffy powder brush from Bling Brushes, I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, and this is in the shade 2 Medium. That's what this one looks like. And then I'm just putting that kind of on my cheeks where I didn't set anything, and then a little bit on my forehead and just a light dusting all over, just to make sure that everything is all nice and set. And then for bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Nabla bronzer. This is the Nabla Skin Bronzing in the shade Umbra, and it just looks like this. This one's a little bit light, so I may go in with a little bit of my Buxom one, but we'll see how this goes on first. And I'm just taking my Ulta Beauty bronzer brush. I just did a light bronzing with the Nabla, and then just to deepen up a little bit more on my forehead and my cheek and my neck area, I'm going to go in with my Buxom Staycation Vibes Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Backyard Bronze. I'm almost done with this. I'm making pretty like big pan already, like I'm widening my pan quite a bit, but I was also like previously I would work on it like this, but then I'm kind of flipping it this way and working on it here, so I'm evening out this pan. So I think pretty soon I'm gonna like use this up fully, which is going to be my second bronzer that I've ever used up. My other one was the Becca Sunlit bronzer in the shade Capri Coast. That one was like my ride or die. That was my favorite bronzer ever. I'd use it similarly to how I would use this one, where it's like I would use a bronzer, but then like I would also use that one to like finish it off. And that's like kind of the same thing that I like to do with this Buxom one, because it's just a little bit deeper than some of my other ones that I have, and I like to use it down my neck just to make sure everything matches. And for my blush, this is a new one. This is the Milani Baked Powder Blush in the shade number 2 Rose de Oro. So it's like the same one for like the same line as like what the Luminoso blush is from. It's just in, I think, like the new packaging. This is like one of my favorite colors to wear. It's almost like a kind of like burnt terracotta color. It's so pretty. We're all blushed up. Then for highlight, I'm going to go in with my Natasha Denona Super Glow. I think I spoke about this in one of my past videos that I was doing, but this is in the shade 02 Light Medium. This is so pretty. This is like all I've been using. It's such like a gorgeous like glow from within, but like a pretty vibrant glow. Like it's not, definitely not very natural, but it's not glittery and it's not shimmery. It's just like a very like glowy, like kind of wet look highlight, which is what I love. And I think it looks so pretty. This is like my favorite formula for a highlighter that I've ever tried out ever. Okay, and then are you guys ready for like my go-to lip combination? If you follow me on Instagram, which follow me on Instagram, it's at Tagliente. Follow me over on there, but it's these 3 products. And the first one is the Tarte Sugar Rush lip gloss in the shade Cherry Slush. This one I actually bought on recommendation of Smoky Glow. And she was like, I've literally used up a whole one of these before. It's just such a good formula. And I agree, it's a really great formula. It doesn't have too much of a tint to it. Like you could see my bottom lip to my top lip. It's nothing super crazy, but it's such like a long wearing and super like moisturizing formula. Like this is like my favorite formula for a lip gloss. And it smells really, really good. So what I'll do is start off with that, and then I'll go in with these 2 lip crayons from the Animal Crossing ColourPop collection. This one is in the shade Coconut Juice, and this one is in the shade Juicy Apple. Juicy Apple I use because it adds like just like a little bit of like a less brown tint to it, and this one smells so good. This is like my absolute favorite. But what I do is, the reason why I put the gloss on first is because it shears them out a little bit more. So I'll just put on a little bit of this. And then I'll take just a little bit of Juicy Apple. Mine is actually breaking, so I don't know if I'm gonna have to like break that off, unfortunately, and then like twist it back up or what, but we'll see. Take my finger, blend it out, and it's like my perfect, like this is like my ideal lip color. It's just so pretty and I absolutely love it. And really quickly, just for my brows, I'm gonna go in with the Lottie London Arch Rival Brow Pen. This is like one of those little micro-filling brow pens where it has like the 3 little prongs, and I have the shade Cool Brown. And then I'm going to go in with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I just have the mini one. I'm just working on using that one up. I think it's a really, really great formula for looking for a clear brow gel. I would definitely check that one out. Actually, before I do my brow gel, I'm just going to take this little Patrick Ta brush, and I'm just going to kind of brush through my brows and blend out the pen. I just realized I forgot to use my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. I've been obsessed with using this. It is so pretty. It's just one of these little like contour sponges. It's like a liquid or a cream contour, I guess, or like a liquid bronzer. I'll just dot that on my forehead, like two or three down my cheeks, and then just blend it out with like a little bit of a kind of like a foundation brush, I guess, but like a little bit more precise. I've been using it and I've been loving it. I can't believe I forgot to use that today. That's so sad. Alright, but anyways, you'll see this in an upcoming video. Hopefully I'll remember to use it then. Anyway, for my look today, I'm actually going to be doing like a very neutral eye with a pop of a green liner. So I just picked this up earlier today. This is the Too Faced Killer Liner 36-hour non-flaking, transfer resistant, waterproof eyeliner, and I have mine in the shade Killer Camo. So that's what this looks like. Let me go ahead and open it up. Okay, so here's the product right here. Tell me why I thought that this was a liquid liner. I'm so upset. I did not even realize that it was not a liquid liner, even though it says on the back waterproof gel liner. So that's really sad, actually. That kind of puts a dent in my look. But I don't know, maybe I will try and figure out how to make it work. Let me try and use like maybe some little tape. I'll like tape off over here and then still do a wing that way. But yeah, let me go ahead and do that. I can't find the tape, but here's a little swatch of what the color of the liner looks like. It's still really pretty. I just thought that this was going to be a liquid liner, like kind of similar to how the ColourPop liners are. So I'm a little sad, but I don't know, maybe we'll still try and use it, do like a little smoky liner. But for my eyeshadow, just to keep it really light, I'm going to go in with my ColourPop That's Taupe palette. This just has a bunch of really pretty, cool brown shades in it. I'm just going to like stick to the top row. For now, I'll let you know which shades I'm using. So I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm going to prime my eyelids first. I'm going to take this little Smashbox 24-hour photo finish eye primer. This is just like a mini that came in a kit like a million years ago. But this is one of my favorite eye primers. I find that it really does like make a difference and keeps my eyeshadow from creasing. So yeah. And it also doesn't have a tint to it, so if you want one that like doesn't add like any color to your base, like if I were to want to use one that had like a bit of a tint to it, I would just use my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. That's what works best for my skin tone, so if you're similar to me, I would check out the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, but they have a bunch of different shades. But this is a really good, just like universal sheer one that works really well. And then from this palette, I'm going to go ahead with this first shade right over here, which is the shade Boa. And it's just one of the lightest ones in the palette, and I'm just going to tap that all over my eye. And next I'm going to go in with this second shade over here. This is called Pebble Beach. And then I'm just taking that on the same brush and just going to deepen up just a little bit more, just to add some depth to my eye. And just to deepen it like ever so slightly, I'm just going to go back in with my bronzer, just the Knobble bronzer, and I'm going to add that on my little outer corner. I'm going to get a little bit closer just to be closer to my mirror and to the camera so you guys can see, but I'm going to go and start off with taking this and just putting it right over here. And I'm going to line my upper lash line almost to like the inner corner of my eye, but not quite. Just going to do a line like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just try to do a wing. I have a little angled brush over here to help me along the way, but we'll see how this goes. So I did my best to try and get them even. The thing is, it's like a no-budge formula, so it's a little bit harder to blend them out, so I ended up just trying and making it like the best wing I could possibly do instead of trying to do like the smoky liner, just because this isn't like quite the right formula for it, but I think that it came out very pretty, and I love, this is my favorite color if you know me, so I'm really happy, I think, with how that came out. And then of course once I put my mascara on, it'll all come together. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is with the mascara. I think that it looks really, really pretty, and it definitely pulled the whole look together, and I'm really happy with how everything came out. Even though it wasn't a liquid liner, I feel like I still did a pretty good job getting a nice wing, kind of even on both sides. Not that good. It's a little bit smudgy on the outside, but it doesn't really matter. I think that it looks really, really pretty, and I just love like the different little pop of color, something a little bit different than what I would normally go for. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!